Have you ever wished you could just peek into the future? See what's coming around the corner in the world of finance? Well, what if I told you we kind of can? We've got our hands on a guide that lays out how the biggest players in the game are thinking about money and tech in 2025. So let's decode that future right now. And this is our guide. It's a magazine called Kurumsal Yatırımcı, which translates to institutional investor, and it's packed with insights from top financial execs and experts. This issue in particular gives us a direct window into the massive shifts they're all expecting by 2025. So we're going to crack it open and see what it tells us.
All right, here's the game plan. First, we'll get a quick glimpse of what 2025 looks like. Then, we'll dive into the absolute beast that is the AI revolution. After that, we'll check out the bigger digital upgrade happening across finance. From there, we'll tackle how people are dealing with all the new risks. And finally, we'll tie it all together and figure out what it all means for you and your money.
Okay, let's start with that big picture view. What's the vibe in the world of high finance in 2025? Well, it all comes down to one thing: technology. And we're not just talking about a few new apps. We're talking about a complete, tech-fueled rewiring of the entire industry from the ground up.
And here's the core of it. The old-school way of doing things, relying on a fund manager's gut feeling or intuition, that's on its way out. We are right in the middle of a massive change where big money decisions are being driven by enormous, and I mean enormous, amounts of data crunched by super powerful algorithms. It's a fundamental move from instinct to intelligence.
So, what's the engine behind all this? No surprise here, it's artificial intelligence. And this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. It's here, and it's basically the new operating system for managing money.
This really captures the new normal, doesn't it? AI and machine learning aren't just ideas on a whiteboard. They are core, fundamental tools. Think about it. These systems can see patterns in data that are just invisible to the human eye, analyzing millions of data points in the blink of an eye. It's a total game changer for strategy. And if you think this is some small niche corner of the market, check out this number: $2.1 trillion. That's the amount of money projected to be managed by robo-advisors around the world by 2025. That is a staggering vote of confidence from the market, putting a whole lot of trust directly into the hands of algorithms.
And this is what it looks like on the ground. The magazine highlights this service, Fonmatic Robo. It's an AI-powered robot that helps manage pension funds. And get this, it's free. There's no minimum investment, and it's already serving over 110,000 people, managing a portfolio worth billions. This is proof that the AI revolution is not just for the big guys anymore. But, AI is really just one piece of the puzzle. The entire financial industry is getting a massive digital upgrade. We're talking about a whole new ecosystem, new platforms, new tools, and even totally new kinds of assets to invest in.
And this hasn't happened overnight. This timeline from a fintech company called RatioNet shows the evolution. It started with basic software back in 2000, then got smarter after the financial crisis, and now we have these incredibly powerful, all-in-one platforms. It's been a 25-year journey to get to this point of rapid change.
Now, one of the most mind-bending upgrades is this idea of tokenization. So what is it really? Well, think of it like this. You take a real-world asset, like an office building or a piece of fine art, and you turn it into a digital token that lives on a blockchain. Why is that so cool? Because suddenly, something that was hard to buy and sell is now super liquid. It opens up brand new markets.
And the growth here is just explosive. A PwC report mentioned in the magazine projects tokenized funds will jump from $40 billion in 2023 to over $317 billion by 2028. That's a growth rate of over 50% per year. This isn't a small trend, it's a tidal wave building momentum.
And again, here's a real-world example. The magazine points to platforms like FundMap. Their whole mission is to take these complicated investments like venture capital or big real estate funds and make them accessible to regular investors through a simple digital app. This is democratization in action.
Of course, all of this incredible innovation doesn't come without a catch. It's the other side of the coin, right? This new digital frontier is packed with opportunities, but it also creates a whole new world of complex risks that everybody, from regulators to investors, is trying to get their heads around.
This slide just nails that duality. On one hand, you've got these incredible, buzzing global markets full of opportunity. But on the other hand, the very same technology that connects everything also makes the whole system vulnerable to really sophisticated cyber threats. It's a constant balancing act.
So naturally, the regulators are stepping in. A whole new regulatory landscape is forming. We're seeing things like the EU's DORA Act, which is basically a new rulebook for digital security and finance. Over in the US, the SEC has spun up a whole new unit just to focus on cybersecurity and new tech. The message is loud and clear. It's time to build some guardrails.
And this quote from the SEC chair really sums up the challenge. It's a tightrope walk. They have to protect people from bad actors, for sure. But they also have to be careful not to crush all the exciting innovation that's happening. It's a really tricky balance to strike.
So what this all boils down to is that the very nature of risk has changed. Yeah, we still have to worry about the classic stuff, market swings, inflation, you name it. But now there's this whole new layer of tech risk, algorithms making mistakes, hackers, crypto scams, and even global politics spilling into the digital world.
Okay, so we've looked at the tech, the new kinds of assets, and the new risks. Now for the most important part. Let's bring it all home and talk about what this really means for the future of your money.
So what's the bottom line? When you put all these pieces together, what does the future of investing actually look like? Well, based on everything we've seen, it's pretty clear a whole new paradigm is taking shape.
We can break it down into 4 big shifts. First, everything is getting way faster. We're talking decisions made at the speed of light. Second, it's all driven by data, not just feelings. Third, it's becoming more accessible, letting more people into the game. And finally, and this is a big one, it's also getting a whole lot more complex.
If you take away just one thing today, let it be this. The world of finance is being fundamentally rebuilt by technology. It's making things faster and smarter, absolutely. But that power also adds layers of complexity that we all, as investors, really need to start understanding. So there's no question the tools we use for investing are going through this radical change. From AI to the blockchain, the whole playbook is being rewritten. And that leaves us all with one final, really important question to chew on. Are we ready to evolve too?